everybody. Welcome back to another session of the Hopry. My name is Mark Starr, and tonight, well, it's probably one of the best days of the year. Hopslam has finally hit the shelves here in Kansas City, and I'll tell you, I couldn't be any happier. I'm going to come right out and tell you this is my favorite beer. It was actually one of the beers, well, it was actually the beer that kind of changed the game for me, if you will. About this time last year, me and some friends were down at the Flying Saucer, and this beer just came in, and on a whim, we asked, well, let's go ahead and try the Hopslam. So my buddy Tim takes a sniff of it, just starts laughing, passes it around the table. Every one of us take a sniff of this beer, freak out, can't believe just how amazing this beer smells. So first thing I did was order one right away, and I'll tell you, it was a love affair ever since. I would say this beer is probably one of the reasons why I have a website today and why I'm so passionate about craft beer. It really touched my senses in just about every way. It smells great, it tastes great, it's got a high ABV. This one is right at 10%. So, I've been waiting for this ever since last year. I think the 2 6-packs that I bought last year ran out within about a month, and so had to wait a long time. But this beer is released only in January. In fact, this one was released here in Kansas City just yesterday, so really excited to try it. And well, hell, let's just go ahead and start pouring it and get into the review. No sense in gushing and gushing and gushing. So I'm going to set that bottle up there for you. Now, looking at the color, I'll tell you right away, this thing is, it's clear. This really reminds me of the Lagunitas Hop Stupid in the sense that it's virtually clear. So they must have really filtered this one out a lot. I know they brew it with honey, so I think that probably helps as well. But really nice, beautiful golden color. The head on this one is just kind of, your normal off-white, approaching light tan colored head. And I can already smell those hops coming out of there. And let me tell you, they are glorious. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my nose in. This smells like you took the most beautifully ripened pineapple and mangoes at the same time, cut them in half, and put the pineapple on your left nostril and the mango on your right nostril. You talk about extremely fragrant, floral, citric hops. This is one of, this is the best smelling beer there is, period. I know Pliny the Elder smells amazing. I know Three Floyd's Dreadnought smells amazing. To me, this one just speaks to me more than those do, even though those are great beers. So, smelling it again, yeah, I wouldn't say that it's one-dimensional, but I'm telling you, I am really getting a lot of those citrus hops. But let's go ahead and taste it, because that's the part I'm looking forward to the most. Goodness gracious. I'm just not even going to lie to you. This is a 100-point beer to me. It's perfect in my eyes. I know I've said in the past that there's probably no such thing as a perfect beer. Well, you know what? This is about as perfect as it gets to me. So I have to rate this beer 100. It exceeds on every level. It smells great. It tastes great. The mouthfeel, I'm telling you, there's just a perfect amount of balance in this beer. It's slightly chewy. In terms of beer, we talk about chewiness when we talk about things like Imperial Stouts or big barley wines, where they just have almost sort of like a syrupy quality. This thing is not overly sweet, though, at all. You would almost think it would with those flavors, but I'll tell you, this is, it's just balanced really well. The pineapple, the mango, and I would say there's even a grass component in there. But when I say grass, I mean like the most beautifully green, springtime grass that you can find. I mean, this is really sunshine in a glass. I don't know how else to say it. I know that people really kind of, you know, will go wherever they have to go to pick up this beer, and there's really a reason why. It's really, I think, head and shoulders above 95% of the beers out there on the market. I did mention in my Java Stout review from Bell's that I did want them to brew this more than once a year. I'd still like to make that request, though I don't know it's going to get me anywhere. You know, the way I see people fighting for this beer, when is it going to come in? Give me a case, give me 2 cases, I'll be back tomorrow and buy another 4 cases. I definitely think the demand is there, Bell's. So, you know, maybe twice a year? Can we maybe bump it up to twice a year? I know you'd make me happy. I know you'd make about 5,000 other people happy. But yeah, this, you know, Bell's Hopslam, woo. And even as this one starts to warm up a little bit, and I'll tell you on mine, you know, I like mine to be chilled. And when I say chilled, I mean, you know, obviously not refrigerator cold, but I don't like it to sit out for 15 or 20 minutes like I do a lot of beers with this amount of alcohol in it. I actually like this one to be still a little bit chilled. I think it helps out with the, it helps it be more refreshing, I guess I could say, but man. It is a good day here in Kansas City, and I'm sure in a lot of other states. I mean, just look at how clear that is. That is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous beer. I mean, everything about the beer actually is gorgeous. So anyway, I know I could probably just sit here and gush and gush and gush about this beer. I'll probably come across as being obnoxious more than anything else. I didn't really necessarily want to review the beer per se, as I already had a really good idea that this is, you know, a 100-point beer for me. It's the best beer I've ever had. It'll clearly be the best beer on my 2010 list, unless something comes along and just, you know, completely shatters everything I know about beer. I think I'm pretty happy, pretty content with this. I've got my case, so I'll be working through these 24 beers over the course of the next month or two. Now, before I let you go, I did want to say one thing, and I'm actually thinking about starting a campaign about this. And the reason why I want to bring it up is I want all of you to go out to your liquor stores and really promote your beer stores that they refrigerate their hops. And that's basically the campaign that I want to start, is refrigerate your hops. This is one of those beers that if you do not refrigerate it, it will die out very quickly. So please, when you buy any IPA, Imperial IPA, even pale ales for that matter, anything that's very hop driven, please, as soon as you get home, put that thing in the refrigerator. If you're somebody who talks to your beer rep at your grocery store on a regular basis, ask them to refrigerate their beer, maybe portion some out. Hell, just leave it in the cooler, you know, for people to get out of there. But I think if we do that, you know, these beers will start lasting a little bit longer. Hopefully we can get Bell's to start brewing them more regularly. Please, guys, please. So, well, anyway, thanks a lot for joining me on this special session of the Hopry. Please go to my website, www.thehopry.com. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you've been doing. Let me know if you get Bell's in your area, how much you were able to pick up. And I think that's about it, guys. Well, my name is Mark Starr. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you later.